Hey, you, welcome back to the channel. And guys, today I'm excited to announce that Electroneum will, on May 30th, fork at approximately 10:30 a.m. at block 307 500. Guys, this is very exciting news. As we know, during forks, there are updates to systems that generally are improvements to make Electroneum even better, and Electroneum holders have a more brighter future in the destination of Electroneum. So let's spend a little bit of time talking about some of these improvements we're expecting to see and what it's going to mean for us as Electroneum holders, and a brief explanation of some of the things, the changes that are going to be made. So, as we all well know the story, Electroneum used the Monero software. Over the period of time it's used that, it's had time to grow and learn to find something more conditioned for the direction Electroneum wants to go in. So what I'm excited about, guys, is we've been hearing a lot about a instant payment system, a patent that Electroneum has. And I want to talk a little bit about that and what we kind of expect to see with that technology. So, a lot of direction of many coins is to have faster transaction speeds with moving coins from place to place, right? And so we automatically think, well, we need to make the blockchain needs to go faster, right? Transact faster. But what the theory is behind this is it's more different. It's more less about speed and more about approving pending transactions, where instead of actually moving the coins there, it just kind of shows on the system where they verified that the tokens are there, that those tokens are not available to be moved in the account. And it kind of works like a check or a Visa or MasterCard. Very interesting when you think about history and we think about transaction systems. It's I believe during the Crusades, they would basically have accounts set up in different lands where they wouldn't actually have the money there, but they would have an account there that could where they could process transactions in other lands without actually having the physical goods, where they could just have the information that you do have funds available somewhere that at a later time can be sent over. So Electroneum's instant processing system is going to work like this, and I think that's going to solve a lot of problems without creating issues in the software and the technology itself. Also going along those lines, we're going to also have where the fees have been increased now from 0.01 to 0.10. Remember, Electroneum uses a 2 decimal system, just like we use our currencies today. So it's much more geared toward mass adoption. Now, at first glance, one might go, well, that's a higher fee on a coin. It's 2 cents, and that's not a good thing if it's going to cost us more per transaction. But by setting a higher fee structure, you actually will have a lot less flooding, a lot less frivolous transactions, people flooding the network up, slowing down your speed. So now you got to wait hours for transactions to clear and various things like that. So I believe this is also a good, way to go forward to make Electroneum even more better for us to use, right? So also, as Electroneum is more geared toward mass adoption, it's going to use less of the privacy features the Monero software use. It's still going to be a secure coin, still going to have some privacy features, but the amount of stress on the system with the extra data and the privacy features that are used on the system to clog up the system. They're going to drop some of that to make the system more lean, to make it more efficient, in order to we don't have the slowdowns and the clog ups and various things like that. And as this is going toward mass adoption, I also think that's a great idea. And finally, one of the key points we're looking at for this update is it being ASIC resistant. You know, many of us got into crypto in order to try to get away from centralization, right? Try to get away from small groups of power controlling the movement of tokens or their currency and money. And so one big problem we've run into in the cryptocurrency space has been ASIC miners who mine up chunks and chunks and chunks of blocks. Now, if you're an ASIC miner, I've heard many complaints from some people with Electroneum saying, oh, we're going to go over here, go back to Monero so we can mine up tons and tons of coins and tokens. And some of them aren't pleased with this particular update. But we have to bear in mind is if we want to keep a successful cryptocurrency space, we have to bear in mind what's happening like with Bitcoin and what's happening with other coins that fall into a similar trap where you have miners controlling large blocks and having such a high level of influence over the network to the point where it's not even really it kind of defeats the entire point of cryptocurrency. It's we would find in some cases better situations dealing it with fiat currencies, dealing with businesses in that even when businesses start and create many companies and dominate industries, we have antitrust laws that limit what they can do, keep them from putting everybody out of business. And now you got this one huge conglomerate that controls everything. You got like 1% of a populace that's controlling all of the money. So my question to ASIC miners would be, was that your idea when you got into crypto? Is that why you got into crypto? Because if you just got into crypto to make money only, it's nothing wrong with making money, but understand that the concept of how our money has existed before crypto, there are reasons that people have turned away from those money systems and run to crypto. So to make crypto just like money have we used it prior, to make it where you've got several groups controlling all of the money in the world, that lack of decentralization defeats the purpose, I think, of why cryptocurrency was created, right? And it's also kind of heartbreaking for me to watch a lot, even as I'm presenting this information and news that's happening tomorrow, I'm watching some of my favorite YouTubers, cryptocurrency people that bring us information and news, not even breaking this story. So I want to take a moment and if you're watching me right now, if you're one of those guys who watch a lot of these big other cryptocurrency people, big YouTubers who talk about various, I would like you to challenge them. These big names in cryptocurrency, challenge them to report to you news regarding Electroneum, especially news as important as this, that's talking about stopping ASIC, that's being ASIC resistant, so we don't have these monopolies and all of these networks being controlled by a small group with all this influence where they can just dump on us at any time and cause our investment to plummet. Like I said, I'm very disappointed and that some of the biggest of the YouTubers aren't being responsible enough to bring us this information, that they have been in some ways negative to what I feel is a revolutionary coin, a revolutionary token, and they just ignore it. I mean, and I just don't consider that responsible reporting of what's happening in the crypto space. And I'm not telling you guys not to watch them, but I would challenge them, and I would expect more and expect better. So those are some of the key points of what we're going to get with this fork tomorrow. Now, what generally happens in a fork is, Electroneum has went out and hired more blockchain developers. So these guys are dotting all their I's and crossing all their T's. This is a legitimate coin. It's not a scam coin. It's legitimate. They're doing all of the things a legitimate coin does, right? They've hired several other blockchain developers, and they're making vast improvements. Now, because of this information, we're expecting that there will be an increase in the price of Electroneum. And we know how this goes, guys, at forks. Sometimes we might get a spike. Might not be a big spike, might be a small spike, might be a huge spike. I have no idea. But we are expecting some type of spike. And generally how things happen is somebody jumps in as it's going up, right? And they're speculating and they're trying to make money, on the coins, and they're buying now and they're trying to buy at the last minute, right? And it shoots up, then they get in, somebody gets in at the highest price, and then the speculators dump on them and the coin comes back down. So here's what I want to say about that. Electroneum is a mass adoption coin, right? It's going to grow in value with the interest, with the numbers, with the relevancy of how many people have these wallets and have these tokens. So there is going to be value in that. I hate to break it to you guys, but as genius as a lot of the technical people are in the cryptocurrency space, they don't understand basic marketing and brand effect at all. And I think that's also the reason why the cryptocurrency space hasn't grown as much as it should have grown. They don't know how to package these cryptocurrencies to masses amount of people. Now, Electroneum is getting it down packed, and I'm not worried about Electroneum. But if you're in another type of token and you're thinking that these guys understand what's going on as far as how to get mass adoption, a lot of people onto using this, I would ask you to do some more research and look again. I don't think these guys have a clue on how to mass market to people. And we've been over this before, guys, if you watch other videos I've done. If you don't have enough people caring about your coin, using it, all the technology in the world is not going to matter. If it's not a reason, if it's not a sense of urgency. Now, again, there's a lot of time being spent on how fast we can make these tokens, how fast they can move, but nobody is considering that you first need to focus on creating the urgency for people to want to use your tokens, right? So you're going to have to create that urgency. You're not going to be able to create urgency in people that are already going about their business, spending their money, and don't have the time to learn about cryptocurrency or what you're doing, unless you have a very practical, easy way to deliver it to them, where they don't have to do a lot of thinking. Everybody just wants to push a button and it's done. So that's what we got to look at, guys. That's what's going on with this. But I'm excited, guys. If we get the spike tomorrow, my advice would be, if you're buying, buy to hold, buy to look at this long term, not just speculate, because this is about growth. This particular coin, let this be your growth coin in your portfolio, because this coin is meant to grow, and I think it's going to do just that. So that's what I want to say about that, guys. I'm excited. This is an opportunity to pick up quite a bit more coins. Do some more mining. Get your friends involved. If you're a little bit squeamish about buying some tokens, before the 4th tomorrow, go ahead and get the app off of the Google Play Store. It will be available in my description. Use my code, not just because I'm trying to market it to you and trying to get paid from it, but use it because it's going to give you back 1% a bonus on what you mine. Again, this is set up to reward people for bringing the coin to your attention. So it's still going to be to your best benefit to do that. Guys, I hope you do get involved. I hope you give Electroneum a chance, and I hope you see, or we can come to a similar conclusion as I've come through the study I've had a chance to do. That Electroneum, I think, represents what cryptocurrency was meant to be about. Guys, if you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and until next time, take care.